The Little Shell Tribe is holding their first Indian horse relays coming up, and we're talking with a super fan of the sport about why you should be excited about the races too. That's coming up on this episode of We're No Damn Experts.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth, and
We're No Damn Experts. I almost glitched because I was so excited to introduce our guest today, longtime friend of mine. And I was telling Liz earlier, I'm like, it's not very often I bring people from my high school days into
really
this
from
world.
your life in general.
Yeah. So this person has known me a long time, has been an amazing human, has a great heart, has been a huge supporter of our topic today, among many other things. She's a mom. She is a community person. She is a wonderful friend. Welcome to the podcast, your friend and mine, Susan Green.
Yay!
Oh, well, thank you for
Isn't that so
Rebecca.
nice?
That was so
That
nice.
was so nice.
Have you
it
ever
just
heard
makes me
her
sound
talk?
like just a wonderful person.
It's like, have you ever heard her actually describe you like that? I feel like bar Rebecca is a different Rebecca than podcast Rebecca.
Yes, but I know she meant it. All of it.
Yes.
Well, if I'm nothing but honest, and so
Amen.
so let's give our listeners some background. We in Great Falls are going to be hosting Indian relay races for the first time ever in our community's history next weekend.
So when you're listening to that, this is coming out on July 17th, this Friday. Indian relays, horse relays are July 25th and 26th here in Great Falls.
And so we are like, what do we know about Indian relay races? Nothing. And I'm like, but I have a good friend who is a huge advocate, attends a lot of the races, is very close with some of the teams. And I'm like, let me text Susan and see if she's up for this. And lo and behold, Susan's
said
like,
yes.
the crap you get me into. And I'm like, it's going to be amazing. So we're talking about Indian relay. And Susan, tell us first, let's talk a little bit about how you got into Indian relay.
Well, I have a friend named Alan Kulbeck, who I have known for years. He is the reason I got started watching it, because he joined up with the very well-known Kirkcaldy family from Lodgepole. Back in the day, their rider was Willie Kirkcaldy, and he has multiple championships and is an amazing rider in the day. And his uncle, Bayard Kirkcaldy, had wanted to get back into it, so they bought some horses in the fall of 15, I believe, and then they started racing in 2016. So that's how long I've been following them. And it started out as to where I went to watch Alan, and then all of the rest of them just became very good friends, and now what I just consider family.
Yeah. And
So I've been at it a while.
Where do you watch? Because this is, it's our first time hosting in Great Falls, but they happen in various locations. So where have you all watched?
Well, we went to see Horse Nations will be this September. Will be having they'll be celebrating 10 years of Indian relay, and this year will be in Cheyenne.
Okay.
The 2 previous years, it was in Casper. It first started out, it was in Billings a couple years. and then it moved to Walla Walla, Washington, and then Casper a couple years, and now we're in Cheyenne, and I believe they were in North Dakota for one of them. One
Wow.
year, North Dakota, South Dakota, I can't remember which, but that from the first year we went in Billings to the amazing increase in teams that we see, I believe there were 100, oh, don't quote me, but 136 teams, I believe,
Okay.
at Championship of Champions last September.
Holy moly.
So it is, it's an ever-growing sport, as it should, because honestly, it's America's first extreme sport, if we want to get down to it. The athleticism is just seemingly unimaginable, not only just watching the riders, but the horses as well. They work with their horses daily. A lot of people look at it and think, oh, that's just it. They think that it's not a good thing for the horses, but the horses that they use, that's what the horses want to do. They are born to run. And it's just, if you have never watched, you need to. And it's just, they are one with the horse when they're riding, and it's just amazing all around.
So what happens at Indian horse relay? How did you say it, Shannon?
Indian horse relays.
Okay. What happens? We know there's a rider. We know there's horses. Tell us more beyond that, Susan.
Okay, well, it consists, they'll have 3 horses, and there's 4 people on a team. Of course, you have the rider, and then you have the holder, the catcher, and then you'll have a setup, a back man or back holder. And so usually it is either a mounted start, which means they're already on the horse, or it's a standing start, which means they will blow the horn and the rider jumps onto the horse with their holder hanging onto the horse. They will make an entire lap around bareback, and then they have a box that they're designated, and they have to come into that box clean. There is a small area that is leeway for them. That's kind of like a free zone. And they jump off there. Both feet have to touch the ground before they jump onto the next horse. And they circle with the second horse, and then once again come into their box. Both feet have to hit the yep, and then jump back on and off. We just say off, on, and gone.
Oh, yeah.
So
that seems really athletic. Like trying to imagine not getting both feet on the ground first. Like I don't even know how it would work with just one foot.
Yes. Yep. And they do a lot of training. They train as soon as it's nice out, and they do a lot of training, the riders themselves, throughout the winter and the off season.
So Shannon and I are familiar with horse racing. Familiar. We're not good at it.
We've talked about it.
Yep, and we've seen it. That's as far as we go. And in horse racing, you have multiple horses on the track. Like when they leave out the gate, they're in their own lane, but then quickly mash together. I would have to assume they're not alone. Like these teams of horses and people are not alone on the track
at once.
Is that correct?
Right. The extra horses, they switch them, they have to ride in along a fence, and jump off and then take off from there. So it's just like they're standing along the edge. And yeah, there's a lot of, bumping and grinding, going arond.
Yep,
gotta go wide, gotta stay on the inside. If they're in the way, you take the outside. You don't want to have any wrecks if at all possible.
Right.
How
many teams are usually on the track? How many teams are on the track?
It depends on how big the track is.
Okay.
The track at Dodson, for 5 is getting to where you're kind of pushing it, especially when it's relay. 4 is comfortable on like our Dodson track,
Okay.
but there's, 4 or 5 is usually about it, unless you have, a huge track. I've seen, not very often, but I do believe that there were a couple times there were 6
Ooh,
wide on a track.
that sounds
So
like utter
yeah, it
chaos.
gets a little
Yeah.
scary. Oh, and it can absolutely be,
It seems
but that's
like
kind of the thrill of it too.
the handler, if I'm using, was that the word to use, handler? That seems like the most extreme
Oh, I think
danger
it's like
zone
the
of
catcher.
the team.
You got to catch the incoming
Well, the
horse.
catcher is the guy that will stand out, and a lot of times if you watch a video, they'll stand and they'll jump and wave their arms because they've practiced enough that when that horse is in the zone, he will recognize that
when
person
someone's
and
waving
come
their
into
arms.
that box.
I
And they literally, and then the next one will have the horse ready. And then, of course, the back guy just is hanging on to the extra horses as they switch them out. But he also assists.
Yeah, go ahead.
He also assists because, the guy's waiting, the mugger waiting for the rider to jump onto his horse. Usually the back holder will be leaning into him just to try to keep the horse calm.
I can only imagine the person who jumps out and waves to stop the horse is like a person jumping out in front of a truck and going, stop.
Oh yeah, they'll be coming in, at speeds of 30 miles an hour, and there's been some wrecks, and my favorite teams have been in some wrecks because of that, but thank goodness,
So are there,
they're,
oh, I'm sorry, Susan, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just wondering about the score. So are there points scored and how they do certain things, or is it just whoever crosses the finish line first?
Usually it is a timed,
Okay.
each heat is timed.
Mm-hmm.
So they each box will be assigned a timer, and then they will keep track of the times, and then at the end of the heats, place them in, of course, fastest to slowest, and then that, if it's a multiple, like the Mountain River just got back from the Calgary Stampede. They were the last U.S. team on Sunday. In fact, they were the last U.S. team going into semifinal Saturday.
Ooh.
And then they made it into, of course, championship Sunday and got second in the consolation heat, which would be one just below the championship. But that speaks volumes for their work during relay season and the off season. Byard and Nolan and those boys are always working daily with those horses and doing their own training.
So is it a circuit like rodeo? Like, are there different places everyone knows to go?
Since Horse Nations, to get into the Championship of Champions, they pay a membership fee. Basically, they pay their dues, and then they have to participate in 3 Horse Nations accredited races to enter in the Championship of Champions in September. A lot of, like, this last June when we had our relays in Dodson there, we had the men's and women's relay accredited. And that helps the teams that are closer so they can get in an accredited race as long as their dues were paid, which most of them are. And then we have, of course, our 111th Phillips County Fair that the Northeast Corner Committee, which is Francine Killigal and her mom Iris and her dad Wes and her sister Desiree. They are all a large part of that at the fair, and that one is also an accredited race through Horse Nations. So right there you have the closer teams that are getting 2 accredited races because they need 3 to get in there. And then with the one in Great Falls, that's 3 races just,
Close to
within
home.
a span over just a little over a month. And they can, if they hit all 3 of those, then they've got their 3 races. And if they win one of those accredited races, they get an automatic berth into championship champions.
Wow.
So if they take like Spokane won the men's and Young Money won the women's at our relays in June. So they now have a spot in the championship of champions in September.
Wow.
And with the one in Great Falls being a accredited race also, the winners of that, will get a berth into that.
I did not realize that it was a circuit. I didn't realize there was accreditation. I didn't realize there was a championship. But
Shannon knows nothing.
No, I literally know nothing. This shouldn't be shocking to anyone.
I'm acting like I know stuff, and I don't either.
So this one coming up in Great Falls is accredited. I don't know if you're able to answer this or not. What does it take to be accredited?
I'm not sure what the teams have to pay.
Okay.
They just have to go through Horse Nations and get registered, but most of them have to be, by June 1st is what they kind of say, because that's kind of like, I believe of the accredited races, there was one, I believe it might have been in Enoch in Canada there. I think might have been the first race, and then Highline Relay was the second race. So it was like right out of the bat, off the bat, that ours was one of the accredited races for Horse Nations.
Gotcha.
Are you part of the organizing committee, like at the Phillips County Fair? Are you the one that's getting the races accredited, or is that the Kill Eagle family?
Nope. That's Kill Eagles.
Okay.
And mine was Highline Relay that happened the end of June.
And did you do that in Malta or at the track in Dodson?
In Dodson there.
Okay.
Yep. We did it. The first year we did it was in 21, and we weren't accredited then, only because it was just, let's see how this goes.
Okay.
And then that's when we were getting ready to gear up to start everything for having our race in 22. And that's when the grandstand roof blew off.
Oh, yeah.
So we kind of had to put the, skids to that. And I just said I didn't want to do it again until the grandstands were rebuilt and we had shade, because it always has a huge turnout regardless. But just, you never know, end of July, August in Dodson, Montana, what the weather's going to do.
Yeah.
So then now that we have grandstands, they said, all right, are you going to do them again? And I'm like, sure. Because I can't not watch them. And it, like, I go to the ones I'm able to, being in the business I have, it's kind of hard because there's, summertime and lots of stuff going on, but I usually try to sneak off and get a couple races in. But I'm definitely any live that I can watch with them, I will. And I'm super sensitive when it comes to that entire team and every member of it. And that's why I'm not allowed to record when Nolan's racing. And then the joke is, well, did you cry? Well, of course I did. Of course I did. Because I'm so proud of all of them. They're all amazing individuals. And I just, like I said, they've become family more than just friends.
So I would assume, much like rodeo contestants or professional athletes at any level, these teams look for sponsorships to help cover the entry fees, all of that.
Yep.
And do you sponsor any of the teams?
Or
are you just a rabid fan?
When I'm able to help Mountain River, I will darn sure do it. And same with, the old hubby, not hubby, close enough to hubby. He's been traveling this crazy Indian relay circuit with me since day one.
Yeah.
So they've kind of all adopted him too. So he's kind of stuck.
Well,
So
I don't know if there's a better way to say Robert's position in the world as that.
yes.
So do
Yep.
people bet on teams?
Oh, good question.
Most
Shannon.
places have a Calcutta.
Okay.
They will auction off usually the teams that make it to the championships. Which depending on the teams, you know, how many they have, like if they do 5 to a heat, if they do 4 heats of 5, when they break it down, you'll have a consolation 3, a consolation 2, a consolation 1, a consolation, and then championship, just depending on the amount of teams that they have and how many they're going to put in there.
Okay.
But usually the ones that make it to the championship heat, they usually do a Calcutta.
Does that all happen in one evening or one day?
Most of the time, a couple days is good, but like at the fair in Dodson there, they do the qualifying heats in the morning, and then the horses have a while to rest, and then they do the championship heats and the consolation heat that evening. But then they have, you know, they'll have their chariot races, and they'll have the little kids racing, which those are absolutely amazing to watch too, because those kids just get into it so much. Like they're just as competitive as the adults. And I love it because that is the future of Indian relay.
Yeah.
And watching how serious they are and how well they want to work with their horses, just it makes me smile, and I know that it's going to be around for a long time.
Do you know if Mountain River's going to be at the races next weekend?
They are.
Oh.
Well, we already have a team we can cheer for then.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Purple and lavender with yellow bandanas.
Oh,
okay.
What, Susan, what is it that you love so much about watching that you keep coming back and you watch race after race? What is it that you enjoy so much about it?
It's the whole thing. The whole experience is amazing. Like I talk about Indian Relay, and there's people that don't know about it, and I'm just completely taken back. I'm like, you don't know about it? How do you not? And then I will tell them, or I will pull up a video, and they will watch it, and they're like, oh, we should probably go watch that. I'm like, you have to. Like it needs to be seen. In fact, there was a guy that drove there's Indian relay racing in Canada, and he drove 6 hours to Dodson during our relays just because he didn't want to watch it on YouTube. He didn't want to watch it anywhere else. He wanted to watch it live. So he drove 6 hours, and he said, this is the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed. He says, I'm glad I made the drive.
Is there?
So it's just the like I said, if I didn't have this family
Right.
racing and my crazy friend Alan, who got me started down this path of craziness, I would have never got to meet the people that are now on the team that, like I said, are family. And it's just relay is about it's very family oriented.
Yeah.
And like all the littles come with, you know, if grandma and grandpa can come, they bring them, you know, it's family. And it's just an entire relay family. The whole group of them. It's just one big family.
What kind of things should we be saying to cheer? Like, what are the cheers? Is it
like jump high?
Push the other guy. Yeah. Like, what is?
Well,
run fast. Like, what is it?
I'm known for standing up in the stands. Probably should be seated, but I can't. And I'm rubbing my hands together and swaying back and forth and under my breath going, come on, Nolan, come on, Nolan. And then when they're coming in, I'll be like, all right, Brother Byard, get ready. And then I'm like, all right, Pat D, get ready. They're coming in. Like, I'm just talking to them all the time. And then, of course, there's lots of videos that Robert has taken or attempted to, because sometimes he forgets to hit record.
Oh,
So
well, yeah.
we just get like the ground after the race is over. So it's kind of pointless. So I really hope that, there's always someone around that will record while he's not paying attention. But yeah, I can't record because, well, I'm usually shaking too much, so it wouldn't make very good quality. And sometimes I get a little wound up and I'm very loud.
I
In
don't
fact,
believe
Tara has,
that.
well, yeah, I know it's hard to believe, but Tara has actually had to move away from me a couple different times because
Oh,
that's all she could hear was me screaming in the video.
I feel like, how
So,
they'll mic up football players during games or practice? I feel like
Yeah.
Mic
you
up
should be
Susan.
mic'd up and recorded during a race.
will you be here next
Well,
weekend? Maybe we could do that.
it's not out of the realm of possibility because they went to Canada, and I really wish that I had my passport and my,
Yeah.
stuff in a group, shall we say, to where I would have went and been able to watch them, because this is the second year they've got to go. And with them
That's
making
awesome.
it as far as they did, they are going back next year. So I guess I better get my passport
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty
so I
easy
can make little
process.
jaunts.
So,
Well,
Susan,
yeah, but
have you tried the races before? Like, have you been a handler or a catcher or the rider?
oh, absolutely not. I do my best work from the grandstands.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll yell at them,
Mhm.
not mean by any means,
Right.
but all positive and nice job, and I will make it known to them that I am in the stands, and anybody within a mile radius is probably safe to say that they've heard me at a race, because and then when Nolan last year, he got first in his heat, and I was shaking, I was crying, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yes."
I'm fine.
Yep. And then even watching him when I don't get to go and I watch a video, I am screaming at the TV if I have it to that, or my phone. Um, they're all just an amazing group of individuals. They are definitely not alike, but they're all great. And they make it fun. And if I have questions, I will always ask them.
That's
And
cool.
honestly, between Al and Byard and Big Dave and Che Chaz and Nolan and Spencer and Matt Ball, all of them that have been involved over the years since I've been watching this, if I have a question, it's like, do I ask? Do I not? Well, I've just learned now that I just have to ask.
Yeah.
And that's how I've got to learn so much about it, is from asking them, because they're the best teachers, because they know what they're doing.
Are there any
And
are there any rivalries between teams?
Yeah.
Like, does Mountain River have like, we can't stand the Steelers or whatever the other teams are?
well, they don't. I can't say the same for myself, but no, they're like I said, they're all amazing. Like, they don't hold grudges. They leave it out on the track. They you keep your bad juju. It's good. They might have a couple little arguments, but at the end of the day, they can all visit with each other. But I'm just kind of stubborn. So, like,
Oh.
Yeah.
if you mess with my boys, I'm just going to pout around about it and not forgive as easy. But I should, because clearly, if they can, I shouldn't hold a grudge.
Yeah, but
You're doing it for them. Yeah.
I'm fine with you being stubborn.
Well, I don't foresee myself changing anytime soon. So there's that.
Yeah.
So are the teams made up of both men and women? Is it mostly men? And then like age group, this seems like a pretty young man's game.
They have women's relay and
Okay.
they have men's relay, but I have seen multiple women being muggers, catchers, back holders for the men's teams.
Okay.
Women's relay is a little different. They only have 2 horses,
Oh,
so they only need 3 to a team, and they can have assist on the horse. The men cannot have assist on the horse, otherwise it's a DQ.
Okay.
They have the kids relay is 7 to 10, I believe. Youth relay is 11 to 13. And then from there to 17 is the junior relay.
okay.
And there's been some 17-year-olds that are in the men's relay. They just, of course, have to go through the proper waiver, minor release form.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and they have the kids races are just amazing because, like I said, they have 3 horses, and the junior relay does only have 2 because they go all the way around, just like the women. But the kids and the youth, they set up barrels in the arena, and that's their track. So it kind of gets to be a little bit of chaos, but it's fun to watch because they're very serious.
Mm.
And they're riding on, this is going to sound stupid, but full-size horses, the kids are?
The older ones are. There's height limits for the kids and the youth.
Okay.
So they're on ponies.
So yeah, and yep.
Sheep.
And then they have no sheep. Did you just say sheep, Becca?
I did.
No, horse. Pony.
Small horse.
Yes. And then Pat Dittmar is on Mountain River's team now, and his son Emmett has Wakasta Waka for his relay team.
Okay.
And then Nolan's daughter Kinsey, she is riding for Little Mountain River. So they have their kids team. And then, of course, Mountain River this year, they're 100% dedicating their rides to Taylor Hayden, which would be Bayard and Tara's daughter, who we lost last September to cancer.
Oh.
And we called her Track Girl. She was the boss, and she's missed, and they're doing good, and they're doing it for Taylor. So I'm proud of all of them.
That's pretty amazing.
Can you tell us about the chariot races?
Well, I think those are absolutely amazing, but I stood in, Al actually built a chariot and raced one time at the fair. And I stood in it, and that was about as far as I was going to go because I'm like, nope, I am not going to do that. I think you literally need to have that adrenaline rush because watching them, you're just in a little, you're in a cart. You're in a little like Mad Max, man. Here we go. We're in a chariot,
I picture
and we
the
have 2
Trojan
horses.
horse day, like the medieval fighting days,
Yes,
right?
and they take off and they're running and once around, and that can get a little wonky too. But yeah, those are amazing to watch as well. The whole thing is it's an experience. If you haven't, you need to, and hopefully you can just become as addicted to it as I am.
Yeah,
because I just can't wait till their next race. And if I'm not able to make it, I'm like, I sure hope someone's going live for me.
Well, it sounds like it's an easy thing to get addicted to.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah. They just,
as you should.
The vertical
and
jumping.
you might want to get yourself some purple and or lavender and black earrings.
I can do lavender and black. I can't do purple yellow. I mean, I'm a green and black girl, and I'm not. I can do lavender and black.
Yep, lavender and black.
I can do that.
Yep.
I'll be ready to be decked out and
Yeah.
supporting Mountain River Indian Relay next weekend.
Mhm.
I mean, anyone listening can
Yeah.
pick their own team. Obviously, we just know who to bet
This
on
one.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nolan, he's on fire. He's been doing good.
Well, that's awesome.
And no matter where they end in the day, I'm proud of all of them, and I always make sure to tell them that because,
It's
might have a bad day, but if you always get I'm proud of you no matter how you did,
Yeah.
that's just
Well, regardless
for
of
'em.
where they finish, I mean, that's a lot of work and a lot of effort to make this work and happen, and the horsemanship that has to come into play to be that connected and ready to be one with what's happening is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and it is amazing to watch that they are literally one with that horse because they work with them so much, and those horses are treated so good. They just the whole experience is just I don't even know what word to use. It's just an amazing thing, and you just have to go watch them.
So the horses themselves, you think about horse racing, and thoroughbreds are known, for the long distance races and things and regular horse racing. Is there a specific kind of horse? Like, are they using thoroughbreds, or is there a specific kind of horse
Yes.
they're using?
Yeah. A lot of them they'll buy from, some of them might be flat track, and then they want to run, and they end up being a good horse to use for relay.
Yeah.
I mean, because you really definitely can't just take your barrel horse out there and
No, this isn't for
run around.
This is a special horse. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna need some speed.
And some just tolerance of chaos, which is not every horse's forte either.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Susan,
Yes, 100%.
I really appreciate you saying yes to the things I suggest to you.
Oh, yeah, because I said, if Travis Rhodes catches wind of this, I'm going to be in trouble because he had his podcast and he was always trying to get me to do that. I'm like, absolutely not, Travis.
Look at that.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
But he didn't ask me to talk about Indian Relay, so there's that too.
There's that.
So,
well, you find your subject matter that people are passionate about. And that's what I do. That's my skill set is to bring people to their passion. But
and this is your old friend Rebecca, and I'm like, oh
no, what
great.
does she want?
What do we have going on now? And then now just a little background, and I'm like, oh, I suppose.
Thanks for
So
saying
it wasn't
yes to her.
really that hard. Well, absolutely.
And real quick, just for our listeners, a few more details about the event next weekend. So it's the first annual Little Shell Tribe Indian Horse Relay, July 25th and 26th at Montana ExpoPark here in Great Falls. Admission's $20. Kids 5 and under are free. Doors open at noon. The races start at 1 p.m. And then there's also those chariot races and kids' chariot races. And then there's just team information, which I would say probably our listeners don't need to know. So
no, just show up and watch and cheer loud. And I couldn't be more grateful that you shared your passion with our listeners for them to understand what's going to be happening for the first time in Great Falls. It's been great.
Hopefully they can understand in all of my chaos because there's so much I could say. And I'm like, well, do I write notes down or do I not write notes down?
You
But
spoke
we'll just
from the
wing
heart.
it.
You spoke from the heart. That's good.
Yeah, I told you it'd be painless.
Yes.
Hopefully it was. And listeners, get to Great Falls and watch Indian Relay. And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful faces in our fine city, we do hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. See you soon.
We Are No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.